Hi all, greetings, what it do, folks. My name is Clair. I hope you're treating yourselves well and of course others. This is a channel where I do predominantly just normal tarot card readings. I have 3 separate decks that I'm going to do 3 separate piles with, and today we are speaking of, I have this saying in my head that is, we are acclimated or used to receiving the bare minimum in situations because we are conditioned to be helpful. And I thought I would kind of delve into what that means for a variety of people and see how that is affecting us and outcomes perhaps in situations, maybe some advice for the future, just looking into it a little bit. And yes, let's get it. Oh no. I'm new to this, by the way, the separate deck thing. So this is the first deck. If you decided on the first pile, here we go. You seem like a very sweet person, a very about your business sort of person. The King of Cups is someone who knows when to cut off others from their guidance and source. I think you are nurturing to others to a point that they can gain from. I don't think you like to enable, perhaps you even step on toes at times because you are so forthcoming with the truth or honesty. People see you as a vessel of clarity or truth. You give really good advice, and I think people will take and use that advice in their own lives eternally. Like, you want to be helpful. A part of you really loves being helpful, but perhaps you see where people you see where your guidance is held in other people's lives. Like, I think that all the things that you've done in life, or the ways that you've portrayed yourself through good or bad, thick and thin, the 10 of Cups truly shows that you can turn a new leaf and actually become a new person. You have a faith in people because you maybe have turned from an undesirable person, either inside or outside or both, and alchemize that into someone that people love to be around, people want to come to for conversation and information alike. I think you are really proud of this notion, the Magician verse. You have a sort of drawl that you've always noticed that people are good to you in a certain way or true to you. Like, if you can get people around you, it's game over. I think you are very in the moment. Like, you have a give and take that overshadows other people's conversation that they've had with others. Like, I think you stand out in a crowd, and especially you're withholding maybe in a lot of aspects of your life. So when people get you close, they like to make themselves feel special by bathing. That's gross, or it's not gross, but like delving into your magic. I think people really enjoy your company, and that, but also maybe you've had a lot of tiffs or kerfuffles. You've gone head to head with a few people in life. Even if you don't fight, I think you might have a sense of like you stand your ground, and because of that, I think maybe you feel as though you have come far in certain situations, but life has maybe rocked you in a way that just because you can get by in social situations doesn't show aptitude for growth or actual real world potential. I think you have figured out that just because you are really good amongst people or in like social situations or just growing business amongst others or things like that, like I think you have a serious sense of like spending time with others, trying to build or giving people the benefit of the doubt because you're in business with people that you want to like, or a whole heap of trust. And the Nine of Pentacles is showing that you do a lot of work in a lot of situations, but maybe have never seen a lot of good, like lush results. I think you've kind of been escaped when it comes to actually getting like and maintaining the things that you're after. They seem good at the time, afterwards completely depleting, or just like left you, even if you don't feel the Three of Swords in reverse. Yeah, I think that like even if you don't feel injured by the situation, if people tried to like if people tried you, if people really were trying to work your nerves or something, a lot of the time it doesn't work because you're so in the mix and you can constantly stay afloat. But I think the fact that you maybe are so easy to be social, so apt to the social game, I think it has something to do with your future for sure. I think you might have an aspect to you that needs to grow that sacred boundary, because your whole life has been centered around staying in the mixed, staying in the crowd. You have to spend time alone at some point, whether you do this or not at this point in life. You always have to spend time alone to figure out where you really stand. I think you can be a whole different beast in social situations. Like you can compromise yourself just because you like being around people. Like it doesn't have to be so like negligent as in like you're doing something wrong. It just you cater to others in the moment, or just if you're in a very social life, there needs to be a withdrawal, because you're easy to give and give and give to people, and people will take all day because they really like your personality, they like what you have to give. But the moment you can center that and like put it into yourself and figure out how you can take your social cues, take your social aspect, maybe hide it, like take it like it's a ball, put it inside your chest for a second and apply that to something in your life where you can grow or sustainability with your social aspect. I think you need to figure that out first to go forward. The King of Pentacles, yeah, it's really showing that you can be malleable in social situations just because you are so empathetic. You really see where people can be awesome, and it's lame when they don't reach that potential. And I think it really jars you, because you can wait for centuries almost for people, because like I think you can see the end goal in people way before they can. Like, and that's a kind of a deficit. Like, just because you can see the potential in people, maybe you're wasting your time thinking that things will come to fruition. The King of Pentacles, you need to, of course, be philanthropic is the word, yes, for the King of Pentacles, but decisive on how much work you're willing to do in situations before you get into them. Because I think that you might be coming up to contracts or negotiations, just filing your worth in future gatherings, or like, yeah, the Tower. I think that you might be battling or like having to fight for something, whether it's good or bad. You're having to stand your ground. So knowing your worth, not like, because you can bend, you can be malleable, but don't cave, you know? Like there's a when you're in conversation, you don't want to not see the other person's side just because you think you know the most, but also you don't want people to take advantage of you because you're willing to find a middle ground. I think you're very eager to see the light of the Tower. Like I'm looking at like this contrast, and it just seems like there's a light being cast on it, but you might suffer from being around for too long or being in the wrong place at the wrong time, but really it comes down to being around too long. Like if you feel like in situations where you always find that they end poorly or in the dumps or something, maybe there's a sense of like you needed to find your way out way before. Yeah, the Ten of Swords in reverse. Yeah, I think these situations in life are can be avoided from now on. Like from this point on, I think you can avoid situations by not reacting as much in your life, because I think you can be reactionary just for the simple fact that you are so eager to give your all to situations. Like you're like, I'm capable of so much and I can accomplish so much in situations. When I do that and other people don't measure up to the same situation, you can feel slighted in business, love, career, just conversation, friends, whatever it is. Like, you know, in all situations, if you don't express where you are, perhaps there might be a thing where you expect just human decency from people, and that's not always clear to others. So you have a lot of patience. Maybe it needs to be directed in a different way, because the love that you have for others and the love that others have for you, boundaries can be drawn. And I think that if they are drawn way beforehand, then they don't feel weird. They don't feel bad or even like boundaries at all. It just feels like communication, you know? And I think that that will serve you most in this current situation. And yeah, you gotta know I love you. Pile 2, what it do? Hello, greetings. This is a reading of the words, or the sentence in my head was how you have been conditioned to accept the bare minimum in this current situation or in life in general, due to your ability to maybe understand situations, or your ability or your want to be useful in a lot of ways. I tripped up a little bit on that. Also, I saw 111 when I started this video, and also you could be seeing between the lines a lot lately. Somehow getting like a stronger intuition. I think you are holding back from making any hasty decisions as of lately. I think you have been rattled by decisions made around you. There's a sense of like people are rattling your cage a little bit, I think. Yeah. So I think that there's a sense of like you have been subject to people that have seen a lot of pitfalls as of lately. I think you've been around a lot of others who have been subject and suspect to judgment. A lot of sussy people is what I'm trying to say. I'm dancing around it. You might be around people that take themselves very seriously, and it's hard for you to imagine a lighter lifestyle or just joke with people. Perhaps you find yourself laughing at your own jokes or amongst yourself because things are just so bizarre as of lately. The Ten of Pentacles in reverse, I think you are really like taken aback by the scale of how strange things have gotten for you. The Five of Pentacles under the ground, this is the Ten of Pentacles, but it was in reverse, and it leads me to believe that you have a decent amount on the surface but are deeply unsatisfied with it and are counting on the things that you are trying to grow currently. You're counting on them more, because it to me, it makes me think of like you're thinking about what your harvest is more than what you've sown. So maybe you're in a period of actualizing the things that have been around you. The Five of Swords Where'd they get the knife from? You have been around people that are holding weapons behind their back when they're offering you, I heard success, but I think there's a sense of like people are using your affinity for them or your vicinity. I think you've been offered something out of what was, I'm hearing reluctance. So I think you were offered something by people that didn't really know how to fulfill the order. Like, they didn't know how to compensate you for your work, or you were in business with others wanting to attain something, but you held a lot of the cards or had a lot of the connections. People have failed you in work, it seems. I think you are taking no flack from anyone as of lately because your emotions have been very high due to the fact that you have already put a lot of time and effort into a lot of things and they have not worked. So you are now like sitting and just kind of wondering, pondering what's next. I think you are kind of at this point where you're like, I'm gonna not move until I see a path form. Interesting. Okay, so the Three of Cups and the King of Swords in reverse. You are playing nice in a situation in order to see it through. I think you have really neglected yourself and maybe others by being in a situation due to the fact that you overcompensate. You wanted to make the best of what you couldn't. This is a situation where you got into it maybe hastily. Oh my gosh, yeah, the High Priestess in reverse. Okay, it's all kind of making sense. I was a little confused, but I think there was a sense of disturbed intuition. I think things always kind of fell into place too easily for you, and it was a temptation. I think it was a mirage. You were out in the desert, had been beaten down for so long. Maybe you're in jobs that you are constantly working with people and having to figure out their purity or like sincerity in situations, like how much they're willing to work. And it's a constant give and take in the work field, which is tiring. So you in other parts of your life maybe are distracted easily to give in to people who are also withdrawn. I think you have been struggling for so long in your actual life. The King of Swords in reverse. Yeah, I think you've been struggling for so long in your actual life that you tend to gravitate towards people who have their own thing going on, and or people that too closely relate to you, perhaps. Maybe you either identify with others that have your same sort of baggage and it forms trauma bonds, and that's hard to see your way out of because it has a whole other layer of like, it's really caustic when you're in situations where people know your like dark secrets, or I think you've kind of opened yourself up to the gates of hell in a sense. You have let yourself be brought astray due to secrecy or others allowing secrets, gossip to intertwine what was or could have been a stable lifestyle. I think you kind of gave in to what was given to you instead of working for it in a sense. Like the Five of Pentacles, yeah, I think you chose a environment of people that maybe you've known them for a while, or they were similar to you in some way. They had some sort of familiarity, but maybe it was just they, over like a long period of time, it could have been people that you had fought with, perhaps, and that you overcame hard times with, and that's why you felt some sense of needing to fight for this. But you're feeling left out in the cold because you feel as though life has maybe surpassed you. Like maybe you've escaped one too many times. Perhaps you fall victim to vices or poor choices all around, an escapism mentality. So life has kind of evaded you in a sense. Like what I like to tell people is that if you participate in like escapist activities, life will escape you. It's kind of what you put out there, you get. But there's a sense, like, you have an optimism towards life because you know that, like a golden child feel. I think you are super willing to make it work. So like you're not going to give up. So whatever happens, you can always start again. The Three of Pentacles, they can drag you down to the ground, but no one's gotten rid of you yet. So you remain and you remain. I think maybe you have things in your mind that in order to produce growth that are kind of like under wraps or underground, but you're just feeling a little depleted for the fact that the Tower in reverse. Yeah, people are taking your soft spots for them and wrecking you with it. I think that people are kind of like manipulating you in ways that you can identify, but you can't really do anything about it, just for the fact of the situation is, I've said this word a few, I guess I have the word of the week. It would be rancid. I think there is a fight in the air. I think that a lot of people are clawing for hope, and that's the people that, I mean, there's a lot of reason to have hope in a lot of situations, but there's also people that are kind of poisoning the well with that in a way of like, they're not giving up. Even there's people around that you're like, I wish this person would just kind of see things for what they are. Oh my gosh. We would all do better if some people would just save themselves. And yeah, I think that you are tired of letting people have their way with your life, in essence, and I think you're about to be given the opportunity. It's gonna probably be a little dismantling because it is the Tower, but the Tower in reverse, and this is a really beautiful Tower card. So I think life, as long as you stay afloat, stay alert, you will be given divine guidance out of any situation that's not meant for you. And being I keep on hearing lighthearted, so I think this is a time of like to really lay down all the things that, you know, if you're fighting for something, what for? You know, I've said that in a few readings, and I love to say it out loud, yell it to the sky. If you have to fight for something, or if we're fighting, what for? Just think about that, and if you need to let some things go because of it, so be it. Triangle only. I'm just like riddling off all of my famous one-liners, but yeah, if life I forgot, whatever. It's gone. And with that, you gotta know Olivia. Pile 3, hello, greetings. This is a reading of how you have been used to or acclimated to receiving bare minimum in situations just because you might have been conditioned to be helpful in your life. And I thought we should think about that a little bit. Yeah. I do feel that you are very fragile, soft. I want to nurture you. I do feel that this Hermit card is showing, I think you have a very you're very kindness driven. Like when you see others making an effort, whether they have shown signs of evil nature, to say, I think that you're willing to see the best in lightness in others, especially if you see them trying. Maybe people have used that to their advantage by giving you little effort or enough to keep you emotionally invested in situations, whether it was like cognitive malice in trying to keep you stuck with them by emotionally piling on you or whatever. I think there is a need for, you really like helping people, and I don't think that that is a bad thing, but you need to emotionally recharge a lot from the situations that you have either removed yourself from, or maybe even a lot of social situations take more from you than is obligated, whether that be to the fault of others or something in you that kind of just is overstimulated in social situations. But I think maybe from a young age you could have been bullied or abused in certain ways. I'm so very sorry. The Daughter of Pentacles in reverse. Your life, you have definitely lent your own shoulder to cry on sort of situation. That sounded a little weird. So I think maybe you're very timid to approach people or show how you feel in situations, or give your all. There's a part of you that really isolates sections of yourself just out of necessity or safety reasons. I think maybe the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, you do not let the per se, there is no heart on your shoulder when it comes to like you expressing these baggages or these hurts or traumas. I think you are very fun and idealistic and like playful. I think that you really want people to see that you are fun and loving and can spice up situations. I don't think you want to have people walk away from them and be like, that guy or that person is really messed up. I think you're tired of that. I think you've seen enough of that sort of mentality or lifestyle in your day and age or your lifetime that you're like, okay, we're good. We've had our fill of misery and tragedy. The Mother of Cups in reverse. Yeah, I think you're really holding how you feel under wraps in a lot of situations, just for trying to figure out the best way to express truly how you actually want to come off, because there's a part of you that probably enjoys the drama of it all, like, because there is a healing aspect to showing how you feel, but I think there might be a sense of like you hold it all in until it explodes, and that is combustive. That is not necessarily a healthy thing for you or others, of course. I think you know that. But yeah, I think in your past you have been used in mental ways or physical ways. So like the offering of, per se, okay, yeah. I was kind of feeling it with the Ace of Cups and the Two of Wands. I think people have negated you've accepted loneliness. You've accepted silence, people, poor communication. You've accepted people ignoring you, ultimately, just because you wanted to, in a sense, be there for them. I don't think you like to push others. I don't think you want to push others away. The Four of Cups, yeah. You might have your eyes set on certain people, so much so, like you were turning a blind eye, almost like your tunnel vision so much that you're almost blinded by the things that you feel. I think you can be blinded by your actual feelings in a lot of situations and not able to see where people are overstepping or just don't have your best interest at heart at all. And maybe some people do, but there's a sense of like everyone around you, you hold yourself at a distance, the Mother of Pentacles. So maybe people don't know, like maybe you don't have a lot of give and take when it comes to the emotional realm with others. Maybe only a few people can really get it out of you, and maybe it's not even consistently. So there is a need of supplying that. I think the people that you've wanted to supply that to in the past, it has failed you in certain ways. I think you like to give yourself to situations where you can heal and nurture others, and you get really complacent with their vindictiveness, or like straight up people not giving you the time of day or effort sort of thing. Like, I think in your life you have been so used to either working or selling stuff, being of use in almost every life. Maybe you feel as though you don't need to be places, or you have an issue with feeling welcomed or comfortable in places if you're not providing some sort of benefit, and it's allowed you to let people take advantage of you in certain ways. Like maybe you felt like you couldn't say no, or you couldn't walk away because you are like, well, I like it just seems it's hard for you to step down once you've stepped up in a certain way. Like you're like, I put myself here, that kind of thing. Or at one point in life, maybe you tend to blame yourself because you didn't know how to communicate properly, or there was something about like maybe you had vices or drank a lot. Because the Three of Cups, I'm thinking maybe you like went out a lot and you had a hard time deciphering how to be around people and not find the ones that would abuse you. In essence, I think you have found in ways that like maybe a lot of people that you've held around you have taken advantage of the situation just because you were so eager to hold a certain lifestyle or be around in a certain way. You just wanted friendship and nourishment. You just wanted that give and take. You want to be social. You always want to be social, or like have people around that you care about, or have a give and take with others. I think that having like family and friends and a tight-knit like culture and society is very important to you. And the Five of Wands, yeah, all you found is people that run out or run up on you, just like a whole slew of mismanagement in the atmosphere. I think so. On occasion I write in this little book, and I felt inclined to look into it right now. I think you could be really, I had a lot of stuff just happen when I reached for this and all that. I think you've been reaching out in other directions, maybe spending your time in other ways, and it's been really disturbing people's mental states. I think people are very cued into what you are doing as of lately. Maybe you feel that perhaps gossip is in the air of what you're up to. I think you need to continue to move forward, stay with your vision aligned to the things that you actually want, even if you feel people are trying to like annoy you or trip you up. People will be gutted when they see your final results. No matter if you fully understand what you're doing or not, You need to lock into the things that are making people feel like, I think you understand. Like there's a sense of like something that you're doing is really getting under people's like skin. I think you're really getting on others' nerves by either denying them access to you, or like if being alone is what you need to do right now, then I would very much do it, because I think maybe it will help you re-register how people are treating you. I think that maybe stop letting people in your physical arena. Like if you can go for like celibacy, perhaps do that. Take a week off of all communications if you could do that. You need to get down to basics for sure, because there's the star card. You are going far and wide. I think you're like really gonna go the distance, and life is really trying to tap into you right now. You might be starting like your dark night of the soul, or there's a whole bunch of tasks you could be doing other than giving into these I think you feel it too. I think you're trying to figure out a way to maybe find your own home or own place to go that's away from what you're used to as of right now. But you're doing good. I would get out of this situation as soon as possible. Get away from the people that make you feel slighted, because I think it's all about to shift. It's all about to shift, and the people, like, judgment is not for you to hand to others. You are not to bestow what you feel others should feel for right now. I think you should just get gone. I think you really just need to see the exit in this situation rather than try to have others see your side in this situation, because as far as you're concerned, everyone is swine. I don't know why I feel so aggressive right now, but I think the people around you might be kind of holding a mask to your front. I think there's a sense that, yeah, keep on looking at this Hermit card. You are sweet and precious, and there's something in you that really needs to recharge as of right now, and that could be life-changing and very beneficial for you. And I know you got this. You gotta know I love you.